Well, 4 men are accused of breaking into a Dauphin County home and stealing more than a dozen items just days after the homeowners were killed in a murder-suicide. Thanks for joining us for Fox 43 News. I'm Amy Lutz. Fox 43's Sydney Nauman is joining us now to break down the case. Sid.
Amy, the break-in happened at this home in Jefferson Township just 3 days after 45-year-old Taryn Morgan was killed and her husband Dennis Morgan was hospitalized with a self-inflicted gunshot wound. A legal expert told me crimes like this aren't new. In fact, they've been happening for decades, with homes often left vulnerable in the emotional and uncertain days following a death. He shared the warning signs and what families should look out for and the steps they can take to protect a loved one's property. Police say what started as a deadly domestic incident here in Jefferson Township, Dauphin County, quickly turned into a second investigation after troopers discovered someone had been inside the home. Investigators say 45-year-old Taryn Morgan was shot and killed by her husband, 46-year-old Dennis Morgan, on May 21st. Dennis Morgan died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound 4 days later. Between those dates, police say 4 men broke into the home multiple times, stealing 11 firearms, ammunition, electronics, and other property worth more than $3,000. The case was later connected to Upper Dauphin Area High School, where Taryn Morgan taught. On Tuesday, the school district sent this message to families after police found a gun and ammunition inside a student's vehicle on school property. Court documents identify that vehicle as the same car seen driving past the scene of the break-in multiple times. State police say 18-year-old Kyle Yeagley Jr. later confessed to taking part in the break-ins, telling troopers the group used a pry bar to get inside while they were high. Yeagley identified the 3 other suspects as 18-year-old John Morales II, 42-year-old Quishawn Blake, and 21-year-old Gage Deeper. Court documents show both Morales and Blake also admitted to taking part in the burglaries. Estate planning attorney Jeffrey Belomo says homes can become vulnerable after a death.
My grandfather passed away, and I remember my family talking about not wanting to post in the obituary in the newspaper because there was a rash of people who were coming into homes during the viewing and burglarizing homes.
Belomo says today, security cameras and communication with neighbors can help protect a property.
With social media, with kind of all of the tips that people are giving each other, or that we're looking out for each other. Nowadays, I tell clients to look into maybe getting a camera or security system on the outside. Make sure you tell neighbors, stop the newspapers so that the newspapers aren't piling up. Make sure the mail gets forwarded so it's not obvious that the house is vacant.
In his near 25 years of experience, Belomo says he's fortunate he's never had a case of burglary. Still, he encourages the conversation.
The more you discuss it with your family, I think with proper planning, you can definitely minimize some of the risks.
All 4 suspects are facing multiple charges, including burglary, theft, and the unlawful possession of firearms. Court documents show many of the stolen items, including several firearms, were able to be recovered from multiple houses across the Lykens Valley area through search warrants that were executed on Tuesday. Amy?
All right, Fox 43's Sydney Nauman, thanks so much.